Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, one of the founders of lsatdemon.com and the weekly podcast Thinking LSAT. With me today is Josh Mansfield, a teacher with the Demon. Josh, we got an email from Jim asking how much do schools care about lower versus upper year courses?
I'm planning on taking 6 courses this semester. Most people take 5 at my school. I was wondering how much do U.S. law schools care about how many lower year courses you take in your last 2 years. I am right now enrolled in 4 upper year and 1 lower year course. I was wondering, would there be a big difference between me taking a 300 level versus a 200 level course for my 6th course? So does this 5 upper year plus 1 lower year course look significantly better than my 4 upper year plus 2 lower year courses, or does it really not matter?
I'm going to
Thanks.
go ahead and say it really, really does not matter.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing this for 15 to 20 years now. You lose track. I've never heard anybody ask me this question before. Never even thought about it before. If look, think about the law school's incentives.
Mm-hmm.
They get ranked every year by US News and World Report. What information does US News and World Report have about their students? Well, they only have the information that is publicly available. And whether you took upper year or lower year courses is not on the American Bar Association 509
Nope.
disclosure reports. I don't think it has anything to do with, law schools are ranked on the employability of their graduates. What difference does it make whether you took upper year or lower year courses 5 years from now on your employability as an attorney? I I think law students don't realize how much they should be just playing the game when they're in
Mm-hmm.
undergrad.
Yeah.
Like lawyers play games. Lawyers work systems. I'm not making any judgment about that. I'm just saying lawyers figure out the rules of the game and then they exploit those rules for their clients' benefit. So that's what you should be doing when you think about law school admissions. If you're still an undergrad, I care about one thing only, which is what's your GPA?
Mm-hmm.
So if you could have gotten an A in, nutrition 1 or whatever it is, like literally the easiest class on campus, and it has nothing to do with your major, but you can get an A in it, that's a hell of a lot better than any upper level course. It could be like the most perfectly apt course that you think this is the most perfectly apt. It's like tax law or something,
Mm-hmm.
but you get an A minus. Well, that dings your GPA, which gets reported on the 509, which US News looks at when they rank law schools. So
Uh,
taking upper year classes and getting bad grades is far, far worse, I would say, than taking lower level courses and getting A's.
and in the spirit of that answer, Nate, I have other questions I'd ask Jim. Hey Jim, why are you taking 6 instead of 5?
Yeah.
Do you need that 6th? Hey Jim, if you do need that 6, why don't you take it over the summer? Hey Jim, how many of those can you take pass fail? Have you filed to do so yet? If you're gonna do some of those upper level courses, can you make them pass fail? Like, we don't care about the upper versus lower level. We want to know if law school is really what you care about, and that's what you want to do. What steps are you doing to protect your GPA as you're looking at the registration?
Yeah. Why are you rushing to graduate? Why don't you just graduate in 5 years instead of 4 years so that you can make sure that you get A's in every class?
Mm-hmm.
If you do have some pressure to rush to graduate, can you take those classes? We have a long list. We can link to it in the show notes, but we have a long list of community colleges that offer online classes where you can get A pluses.
Yeah.
And even if your school, Jim, doesn't count those A pluses as 4.3, LSAC does. So these are the rules to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm really worried that if Jim is like just full steam, full speed ahead, he's got to graduate as soon as possible, and he's going to take a heavier course load than most people at the school. I mean, that sounds like by definition you're putting yourself at a disadvantage to the other people at your school. You're graded relative to the other people at your school. So why are you putting yourself at a disadvantage and considering also taking upper year courses because you think that that somehow moves the needle on law school admissions? I'm glad you wrote in, Jim, because that is not the game you're playing.
And Jim, we don't also want to discourage, if you're interested in, let's say that sixth class is purely an elective that you just want to take because it's really interesting to you. Can you audit that course?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you have to enroll? Don't even have a grade. Just go learn and have a good time. There are ways to do Jim didn't put his motivations here. So I don't know if it's hurrying to graduate, needing extra credits, certain things for a major, just because he enjoys it. Whatever the reason is, though, there's probably a way to do it a little bit better if law school is your ultimate goal.
Yeah, if you just enjoy it, then great. But for sure, like take the hardest classes if you can, pass, fail. Any class where you don't think you're going to get an A, see if you can take it pass, fail. If that's okay for your major, then do it. Take it pass, fail.
Yep.
The classes that you are only taking for enjoyment and you know you're going to get an A, great. Do more of those. As much of that as possible. And yeah, just it's funny because we get emails all the time. I was looking at one yesterday where it was like somebody's emailing me saying, yeah, well, I graduated in 3 years. I'm 20. And I graduated in 3 years because they were on this like rush to law school, apparently. And now they're trying to get a job in a law office and nobody will hire them. And they're like discouraged. And it's like, well, yeah, because older people know that you could have maybe pumped the brakes a little bit and like why were you in such a like people they like hurry and then all of a sudden they realize that they're standing on the edge of a cliff. So I think everybody could just like slow their roll a little bit. And yeah, for law school admissions, it's gonna largely boil down to LSAT and GPA.
That's right. Thanks for writing in, Jim. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.